Hello everyone and welcome to Solshow. Today we review Daddy's Home, and normally stuff like this would go on my main channel, but I recently decided that movies like this, where I don't think my opinion would be all that interesting and it's not that, interesting of a movie, the 5s and 6 out of 10s, I don't really need to spend like 2 to 10 hours editing that video, longer like other times uploading and doing all this work when I don't think there's not really that much to talk about, especially in a movie like this. The premise of this movie, by the way, there's gonna be a lot of shitty echo because this is an empty room because I just moved, but just try to not focus on that. Point being, this movie, Daddy's Home, it's about where Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, they've been in movies before, the other guys, they both starred in that, and it features Will Ferrell, who's a stepdad, and he's got a family, and then Mark Wahlberg, the original dad, comes in with his masculinity and his male bravado and just kind of tries to steal the family back, and it's a tug of war with other people's lives and doesn't really give a shit about their feelings. And it's a big dick jerking contest between two primates, each of them trying to get a hold of these people without really asking like what they want and kind of just throwing their emotions above them. Not the point. The point is you're supposed to laugh, and people are getting hit, motorcycles going into houses, and jokes, laughs. Is the movie actually funny? There is a couple of laughs. Namely, the best part of this movie was the ending, the cameo. You can skip ahead if you don't want me to ruin it, but fucking John Cena cameo, that was the funniest part of this movie. The first half of this movie I think I hated. I was like, this is the hardest movie I've sat through in a while. None of the jokes landed. A lot, like Will Ferrell, all the actors seem to have that kind of like snarky fucking voice when, they're in a movie they don't really give a shit about being. It's just kind of like, even the side characters are just kind of like, oh, let me get this scene out of the way and I'll take my money and get out of here. And I was not enjoying any of it. The child actors were not very good child actors. Will Ferrell's wife, not bad acting, but she was not a good character. Will Ferrell, hit or miss all his movies. It's usually amazing Anchorman, Step Brothers type fucking movies where it's just amazing and he's the right character, he's doing the right performance for that character. And then there's movies like this where I'm like, could we have gotten someone else who's not going to be this annoying and not going to scream this much? It was a lot like that. Mark Wahlberg, he was fine. It was a lot like the other guys where it was just very two contrasting personalities, and they're gonna, it's gonna be funny because they contrast so much. And a lot of the laughs didn't work. The premise was stupid. A lot of the plot was just bullshitting. There was a fucking bully plot where one of the kids had a bully, and like that was just a waste of time. The whole movie was just kind of like going by very slow. And then this father did this good thing to the kids, and he has the upper hand. But now this one did Hannibal Buress. That is the other good thing about this movie, is Hannibal Buress doesn't give a shit about this movie. I think that's the greatest thing about Hannibal Buress. He matches this kind of cynical, I don't even give a fuck why I'm here. Like, he just has this flat voice. And maybe it's because I have a flat voice and I can be cynical too. So maybe I just relate to that. Or he's just like, the best joke in this entire movie. It was like, Hannibal Buress is like, you gotta do this, man, and then he closes the door, and then Will Ferrell has this sudden realization he's about to chase after him as he turns around, and then he's like, oh shit, you're still here. He's like, yeah, I just closed the door because I thought this was getting kind of personal. I laughed my ass off twice. Other than that, this movie was pretty abysmal. It didn't have that much going for it. I don't know where I'm at with this movie. I kind of debated, because while watching it, I was like, this isn't a good movie. It's like 4 out of 10. Then I was like, you're winning me back. Less cringe. Then I was like 5 out of 10. So I'm at that like high 5, low 6 range, right? But I think, just these movies are one and done movies. They're very serviceable. They don't have, long last life to them, like I don't think in a couple of years anyone will care about this movie, and in 100 years if it might not even exist, other than like people specifically trying to go back and watch older films. It's not going to be like one of those classics or in a vault somewhere. It's just going to be like, it's going to die, and where, like, I have no like desire to like watch something that no one will really care about. So I don't think I'll ever like watch it again. That being said, it was a serviceable movie. It made me laugh a couple of times, and it had 2 great cameo / characters that I really enjoyed. So I'd give it like a very, very light 6 out of 10. Serviceable. It was, could have been a lot better, could have been worse. And that's how I'm feeling for this one. If you guys have seen the movie, let me know your thoughts down below. And with that, I leave you.